Why we need to worry about Justin Bieber. Is Justin capable of ever releasing another hit again? Has Lyme disease finally gotten the better of him? Is his marriage to Hailey actually genuine? Justin, the teen sensation. Justin Bieber is a name that we all know now. But where did it all start? Justin was the first 11-year-old to become a global sensation through YouTube, and let's not even start with the Beliebers. The media had never seen a fan base so big when Justin burst onto the scene. Justin was discovered by famous music manager Scooter Braun back in 2009. Scooter manages the hottest names in the music industry like Ariana Grande, Kanye West, and the Black Eyed Peas. It was no shock that Justin was flown from his hometown of London, Canada to Atlanta immediately, and that Usher and Justin Timberlake were both fighting over who was going to manage him. Justin went from a young boy singing an R&B song on YouTube to a global superstar in under a few weeks. The current video of young 11-year-old Justin covering Chris Brown's hit single With You has over 56 million views on YouTube. At first, everything seemed to be smooth sailing with Justin's career as a global teen sensation. He first appeared on The Ellen Show in 2011, where hundreds of young girls fangirled over him, wearing "I Love Justin Bieber" shirts and literally screaming. This mania carried on for years, making it impossible for Justin to go anywhere. It looked like he was living the dream, but was it really the beginning of a nightmare? The fall after the rise. Living the life of the most influential, loved teenager in the world had its downfalls. Justin's quick rise to fame became a fast and shocking fall for him. In January 2013, Justin was photographed at a party in Miami smoking marijuana. He later apologized for this on Saturday Night Live, but just 2 months later, he attacked a photographer in London for allegedly shouting insults at the young star. And catch this, just less than a week after that, he was charged with assault for attacking his limousine driver while in Toronto. 4 years into his career, and Justin was quickly turning into the bad boy of pop. In 2016, Justin stormed off stage in Manchester after demanding that the fans stop screaming between songs. Come again, Justin? You were literally at a concert. Of course people are going to scream, it's a normal response. This was the biggest red flag in Justin's career, as fans became very worried about him. And catch this, just a few weeks later, Justin punched a fan in the face. Literally punched him. In a video from TMZ, a man can be seen leaning into the moving car, trying to come near Justin out of excitement. This was followed by Justin suddenly punching the young man in the face. And as if punching fans wasn't enough, Justin actually began to spit on them. Several times, Justin was pictured leaning over a balcony and spitting down at fans. On one occasion, he looked at his friends next to him and laughed after doing it. What a way to treat the fans who spent hours traveling to see you. His hits just aren't the same. These small bursts of anger should have been a cause for concern for Justin's fans, the Beliebers. But Justin's songs were still continuing to top the charts. Hits like Boyfriend and Confident, featuring Chance the Rapper, were still receiving millions of streams. But everyone could see that the Beliebers were slowly beginning to divide, because these hits were nowhere near as massive as Justin's debut hits, One Time and Baby, which together have almost 3 billion views on YouTube. We have to ask, were Justin's songs actually being streamed less because of his anger problems and run-ins with the law? From Selena to Hailey. The young star had a lot of problems growing up. I mean, he never got to live the life of a normal teenager. Is that just something that comes with fame, or was his mental health an actual cause for concern? Justin's on-again, off-again relationship with Selena Gomez also worried fans. The couple were first publicly linked in 2011 and dated until their final split in 2018, following Justin's decision to marry supermodel Hailey Baldwin. This was a massive shock to not only the Beliebers, but everyone, because Justin married Hailey just 4 months after his final split with Selena. Yes, 4 months. Battling the disease. Justin's sudden love shift and criminal offenses have led us to question whether we should be worried about him. Over the past few years, mental and physical problems have shown up in Justin's life, which has made fans stop and question whether he's really okay. After he was pictured looking unwell with blotches on his skin, Justin took to Instagram in 2015 to say that he was diagnosed with Lyme disease, which affected his brain function, mental health, and energy. This could actually explain why the star canceled the rest of his Purpose World Tour in 2017, which affected 14 dates in Asia and North America. More recently, in the first episode of his Seasons documentary on YouTube, Justin and his wife Hailey opened up more about his health. Hailey told the interviewers that people are still drawn to Justin because he still has a story to tell. This documentary gave the fans the realer side of Justin, showing them his day-to-day struggles and allowing them to understand that, well, he's far from perfect. What loneliness does. It's not all bad with the star. Justin still decides to keep it real and show his vulnerable side. His music video for Lonely shows the life of younger Justin sitting in a dressing room waiting to be called to the stage. The young boy looks sad because he wants to play hockey, but he has the responsibilities of a mega famous star. Justin sings the lines, "Everybody knows my past. My house was always made of glass. I'm so lonely." A fan commented, "The pain in his voice makes me regret hating him once," which shows that Justin did gain a lot of sympathy after this track. Lonely hit number 6 on the Billboard streaming chart, which shows that Justin is still popping, right? That's not exactly true. Though he's close to hitting number 1, Justin doesn't have the album of the sweet teenage boy we once knew. His debut album sold over 3.3 million, but his most recent album, Changes, has only sold 126,000. That is a huge difference in sales. Maybe fans realize that he's just another sweet celeb that turned sour, or that he's not the special young talented boy that he used to be, the talented sensation that the world used to go crazy over. Let us know what you think. Should we be worried about Justin? Did he just rise to fame at a really young age? Or was he always destined to be the angry lawbreaker fans know him to be?